record. Oh no, I'm coming back and get it. Record. Shit. Shalom and welcome to another installment of Apostle GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. If you can hear us and see us, let us know. If we're coming in clear, let us know. Today's topic, as you can see on the title, subtitle, whatever you call it, is the kingdom, GMS, the kingdom, UFOs, 70AD, and reincarnation. So I mean, we don't even got to put nothing together. So the scriptures are already in my head. So y'all, you got it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the reason why I did this because we've been dealing with these guys. What happened?
When we told me to do camera 2, I didn't put it back to up, so it didn't get you when you announced it.
All right, that's all right. But you heard me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Doc. It's all good, you know. Give me a camera 2 anyway. All right, good. Now come back to camera 1. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, for the last, I would say, month or so, we've been going back and forth with Alpha and Omega, and then you got a new guy, this Jake. He's down with them, but he's under a different organization. I forget the name. If you want to pull his site up, eschatology and yeah, end time, whatever, fulfilled. Yeah, and this, yeah, you got the little puppy dog, Vocab Malone. He's confused. You can see it in his face. He doesn't know what to do, man. He doesn't know what to do. So he's going to these different guys for answers. Hey, the answer is right here. You know, and at GOCC, and it's not at the IUIC or the ISUPK. It's right here, man. Okay, and if you are a Israelite, then it's a question of whether you of the elect or not, because you're being called right now. This call didn't go out to the Jake Bill Williams or whatever his name is.
End times eschatology, all things fulfilled.
Yeah, that clown. The call ain't going out to him. The call is not going out to Dr. James White. The call has gone out to you. That's why you're trying to put things together. We have the truth, all right? Now, dealing with this guy, I believe his name is Bill Williams, if I'm not mistaken. He's an amillennialist, and Dr. James White is an amillennialist, I believe. And basically, what this Bill Williams guy, if I got his name right, Bill Williams or Bob Williams, he's basically saying that everything is fulfilled. That everything was fulfilled, and I got to watch more of his videos, all right? That everything, when you go to Matthew's 24th chapter, it talks about the end of the world. When the disciples asked him that, Yahushua basically broke down that the end of the world is coming in 70 AD, which he's partially right. Because when you read Matthew, the 24th chapter, Luke, the 21st chapter, and I believe Mark, the 13th chapter, it speaks, when Yahushua is talking about the end, he is talking about 70 AD. But he's also talking about another end. And we're coming to that end again. So, you know, we can just take it from there. And then we got to go into reincarnation, because he seems to not, these guys don't understand that reincarnation is biblical.
Yeah, because when you go back to that time frame, see, the Lord set up his prophecies, and his prophecies have a certain period of time that they are set out, and then eventually at the end they're accomplished. You know, when you read, I'm going to read Matthew 24 real quick. I'm going to start at the first verse. The point is around the third verse. It says, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. Now, this building of the temple, once Yahushua crucified and went back to the Heavenly Father, and the veil of the temple was rent, that signified the end of that particular temple, the end of that sacrifice of animals, that blood sacrifice. Now, what happened was, not too long after that, approximately about another 30 some odd years into the future, about 37 or so to be exact, the temple in Jerusalem was actually destroyed by the Romans. That represented the end of the temple, on earth, until the Messiah came back and reset the whole kingdom back into power on the planet Earth, and Israel be back into the kingdom. That represented the end of that, the end of the animal sacrifice, the end of the service of the temple, the end of the Levitical priesthood at that time, because he became that ultimate sacrifice. So it says, and Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Why? Because that was the ending of the temple. Why? Because Yahushua became that temple once the veil was rent. Khan. Well, the so-called Wailing Wall is still a part of Herod's the old temple that he built. That's still a part of it, and they still have that whole wall still up. It says and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world, meaning the end of an age. Now, when you understand Bible and you understand the history, the question that the disciples were asking him basically was, when was going to be the end of the Roman Empire? Because they understood that once the Roman Empire went down, that the kingdom of Israel was going to be established, but they didn't understand that there was going to be the kingdom was the Roman Empire was going to fall, but it was going to come back into power in the future. They didn't understand that. That's why Yahushua, matter of fact, I'll read it. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1.
That's that prophecy in Revelation. The deadly wound was healed.
Khan.
Yeah, when they came back into power, like you're saying.
Khan. That's right. This is back at Acts chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore will come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Because they thought that as soon as the Messiah went, back to the Father and came back, the kingdom of heaven was going to be established, because that's what they understood. And they were correct to a certain degree, but they didn't understand that there was a time period or a time frame that doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the Most High, because the Most High's time is different from our time. That's why it says in Peter, one day is to the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So they didn't understand that. That's why Yahushua spoke this other parable in Luke 19 and 9. It says, and Yahushua said unto him, I'm sorry. This is Luke chapter 19. And I started at 9. And Yahushua said unto, matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. That 19th chapter, and I believe it's the 11th verse. Just bear with me 1 second. Yep. Luke 19 and 11. And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. That's why he had to tell us later on. He had to tell the disciples, it's not for you to know the time or the season which the Lord has put in his own power. And also he had to tell the wicked Pharisees and them, say, look, the kingdom of heaven doesn't come with observation, because they thought they were going to actually see it coming. No, it ain't like that. The kingdom of heaven is within us. We're that kingdom of heaven. The knowledge is the kingdom of heaven. The people of Israel is the kingdom of heaven. They cannot be the kingdom of heaven without the nation of Israel.
Yeah,
without the truth.
Beginning with the elect. Starts with the elect.
Yeah, Khan, that's right. That's right. So see, that was Jerusalem, those armies that Yahushua spoke of. That's why part of Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke the 21st chapter were fulfilled back then, because you had the abomination of desolation, you had the armies that were gonna surround Jerusalem, though, and the temple itself being destroyed. Those were all things that happened at that time.
Yeah, the falling away first. That was Jerusalem falling.
Yep.
And it's been falling ever since. And just because HODC went over there demanding their land back was the most ridiculous. It's gonna fall until Yahushua returns, with the chariots and those angels in a glorious fashion. Then we're gonna get our land back, man. Yeah, the big guy, the big dude talking about in the video. He said yeah we no, not him. I'm sorry, the other guy. He said, yeah, we're here to claim the land. We came back to get the land. Some crap like that. And I'm watching this shit and I'm laughing my head off, man. HODC is a total embarrassment. And ever since they ain't never been right, ever since they kicked us out over because they were privy to that. Well, the big guy, the big Jamaican guy, he wasn't there. But Ben and Barack, they were there. And the other guy, yeah, Ash, yeah, they were there, and they were privy to kicking us out over the Cornelius thing, man. And they ain't never been right since. Them clowns ain't never been right since.
Cornelius is an Edomite.
Yeah.
Hell, ISUPK, as retarded as they are, they know that Cornelius is an Israelite. IUIC know that the Cornelius is an Israelite.
And then they made them clowns put on yarmulkes, man. That shit was man,
fuck that. That's what. You know what, man? Let's leave that subject.
Cut.
I don't want to get pissed off. I ain't gonna put no. I gotta. Hey, excuse me, Dr. James White, but I must be allowed to curse. I ain't gonna put no goddamn yarmulke on my head.
Then them so-called Jews, they were dancing in the circle like faggots. They're floating around, and they kept beckoning to them. Come on in. And I'm like, yeah, go on in, Ben. Go on in, man. Go on dance with them heathens, man.
Come to Israel. Come stay with friends.
Yeah. Fucking joke.
Then they gave them some of that dirty water, and they drank it.
Yeah.
I said, no motherfucker drinking the damn. I wouldn't have drunk that water.
And the most stupidest thing they did was upload that shit. Of all the shit they did, the most stupidest thing was to upload it. HODC.
All that stuff that you did going this second time going to Israel, all these great works that you did, James White still hasn't called you. Vocab Malone hasn't mentioned your name. You're insignificant, man. The number one group. All right. Even Vocab Malone said, well, GMS is the most passionate. All right.
Con. And they must have not read the scriptures where the Lord said he's going to destroy the land of Israel by the hands of Russia before we can get back into that land.
Yeah, that land has to be purified because a bunch of rats is in it. So it's got to be purified. You got it.
That's right. So
where they get the water from Lake Minnetonka? Is that the right one? Minnetonka. Yeah. And I'm surprised Prince didn't come back and give it to you.
Oh no, that was the same lake King David desired water from, and his men risked their lives to go get that water. That's where they got the water from.
They got that water from Pink City.
No, Rothschild Boulevard.
Yeah, Rothschild Boulevard. Yeah, he had an aqueduct in across the street. All right, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4. Yeah, because see that the thing about it is about the kingdom. The reason why, because the matter of fact, even the Peter and the disciples asked you how we shy that when they went through everything that they went through, they gave up everything, man. They followed the Lord, they believed the Lord, they gave up everything, they gave up pretty much, they gave up their life, they gave up their families, they gave up their profession, they gave up any goal or aspiration that they may have had. Right? And this is what the apostle Peter asked Yahushua. Matthew 19:27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. See, they forsook all. not part of it, all of it. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So in other words, they were going to be in the kingdom, and they were going to be top pillars of the kingdom. You know, they were going to be the apostles sitting on the 12 thrones, judging all of Israel and judging the nations too. So what you can put that into one word, you know, like King Mashiach used to say, one word, kingdom. You know, that's what that breaks down to. It says, and everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. You know, and it's not talking about build up America, get you some land, get you some states, get you a community, get you some housing, get you some educate, you know, some school buildings, you know, get you some different structures, your own businesses. It ain't talking about build a new Black Wall Street in America. It's talking about giving up everything for the hopes of receiving the kingdom that's coming.